right, collectors, today on the channel, we're going to be taking a look at Zandar. One of my favorite action figures as a kid. I had this as a kid. Yeah, I know a bunch of people have done a review on it already. It's okay. It's all right. I like to do reviews on YouTube because YouTube pays me millions of dollars. The whole reason I did this show has nothing, I think those of you who have been with me for a while understand the reason why I do this show. And number one reason I do it is for fun, but also to engage with you guys in the hobby. Number two, to pass on this hobby, maybe engage younger generations and leave the collecting to them, leave something of a legacy to them. And number three, at some point, maybe when the channel's big enough, maybe to have a voice with the manufacturers, right? To have them have a fair profit and us have a fair or a good figure, right? Hey, they got to make a profit. We would like a nice figure. I think that's fair. And as one viewer reminded me, you're not that important to do reviews. The comments, I forgot what I don't remember that knucklehead's name. You know, if I would, I'd call him out, but I can't remember him. Anyways, he absolutely told me what I should buy with my money, what I should say on my channel, and make sure that I do reviews that I'm not important enough to do. Hey, you're a clown. You're a clown. I do whatever I want on my channel with my reviews. If you don't like the reviews or if you don't think I'm important enough, why are you here watching? This is for fun. Everything we do on this channel, 100% for fun. So I'm gonna do a review on it and we're gonna have some fun doing it. Zandar, here's the box. I love the window packaging that we got right there. Looks, you know, I love being able to see my figure and all the stuff that it comes with. Fantastic. Zandar, Cobra. Here's a side shot of it. Here's the back. Looking good. It's got some, you know, highlights of the figure there that you're going to get. And here's the back of it. Very nice. 146 in the line. It's got some good artwork in there. All right. Well, let's take a look at this figure. Like I said, the Dreadnoks were some of my favorite characters in G.I. Joe. You didn't know what side of the spectrum these cats were going to lie on, right? And the Thunder Machine, I mean, everything they had was just absolutely insane, right? It's like, you know, it's like crazy people with guns. And as a kid, I don't know about you guys, but they were some of my favorite characters. You know, Zartan and his whole crew of Dreadnoks. You just didn't know which side of Cobra or G.I. Joe they were going to pop out of, right? All of a sudden, they're doing some crazy, definitely dangerous stuff. So maybe that's why I liked him. I don't know. But Zandar, I did have him as a kid. Here he is. Does he look like what we were promised on the package? Yeah, he looks great. He actually looks really great. So for aesthetics, you know, he's got all kinds of different... He definitely, here's the old picture of Zandar right over here. I don't think I have him sitting upstairs because you know, I played with it that much that it's lost to the ages of time, right? But yeah, it harkens back to that particular figure. It looks great. It's got all the hits of color that I remember. Even some new ones, right? I don't know particularly remember all of this, but I do remember that hair. I do remember that handkerchief. So the boots, it's got a lot of color in it. I do, when Hasbro does something right, and aesthetically, it's got even the face paint right and stuff. Aesthetically, this character looks, you know, throws back to, you know, the old, harkens back to that old figure, harkens back to the, you know, stuff that we saw when we were younger. Lots of different colors of paint here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you know, just lots of different color, just everywhere. There's hits of paint and highlights everywhere. So I really appreciate it. So aesthetically speaking, we're not going to belabor the point here. He looks fantastic. I mean, aesthetically, it's a 5. Aesthetically, looks great. It's even got some really nice detail there in the belt buckles. Look at that. It's got some nice details right there. That skull and that chainmail down there. The face sculpt looking great. Just the, you know, everything on here, the belt buckle or the buckles down here on the boots and stuff. It just looks fantastic. All right, now let's take a look at, I do remember this weapon. As a kid, I don't know what this is called. I never used it. I've never used it. This weapon. It's got spears. It's like a spear gun. Oh, this is such an ineffective weapon. Well, it's not ineffective if it spears you to the wall. And then he says like Schwarzenegger, hang around. So anyways, there's that. It looks good. It looks intimidating. It looks great. You know, whatever. And then you got this wackadoo knife. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to tell me that this is used to cut shark fins or something. I don't know. Cut tuna fins or something. I don't know. It looks painful. So I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. And of course, he's got this other knife in the back as well. It's got some nice color to it. You know, what's that in the corner there? Has that got anything on it? No, it's just a cool looking knife. And I do appreciate that most of this weapon, it's a little flimsy, but not bad, but it still is wonky. I don't like that wonkiness on these weapons, but it's not bad. It didn't come too bent. So I appreciate that. Good work, Hasbro. And he also comes with this gun. I'm not going to take that out because it was a pain getting it in there. I don't like these little things that you have to put in. So, and here's the backpack. This does not come off. Does this pop out? No, nothing pops out of it. That doesn't come out, but there's these spears, I guess, that he puts in there. So here it is. Very nice. It's his backpack. Okay. Articulation. Well, let's talk about articulation. All right. Articulation. Let's see. Well, we can do this. Not a lot there. There's not a lot there, guys. You can do this. I'm sure some of it has to do with that handkerchief, but a lot of it's going to have to do with the hair sculpt right there, right? That impedes a lot of, or restricts some of the movement. That's just, it restricts the movement. It just is what it is. Now, that's the head movement. Let's look at the arm movement, right? No, there's no T-pose here. You can't do a T-pose here. I'm sure many people already talked about it, but the reason you can't do a T-pose is because these are glued onto his shoulder. If there's one thing on this figure that's an absolute travesty, is that this is glued on to that shoulder. I would have 1,000 times preferred this be just secured onto it by like a piece of rubber or something that goes around the other side. This is not good. I mean, that's it. I mean, you can't really do it. I mean, this arm is immovable. Look, there's no movement. There's nothing there. Let me see this one. Well, this one has that much there because they didn't glue it just right. So that's it. That's all you get. Can you do something like this maybe? Yeah, I guess you could do that. Kind of work around it like that. But even that is not a T-pose, right? Because that's all he can do. That's it. That's huge. He does have a cut at the bicep there. Double jointed pinless elbows. And this is a really hard one, but this one is really loose. But still pinless elbow. It's fine. I can deal with that. Nice tattoos though. What does that say? Dreadnoks on there? It does. Look at that. Dreadnok. Let's see. What does he do with the crunches? Let's see. He can do pretty good crunches. And he can go back pretty far. So that's a plus. Do that. Not a lot there. And I'm surprised that this gets that far out of the way for him. Yeah, that's really good. This dude splits that much, which is really good. Drop down hips, double jointed, super hard, pinless knees. Sheesh. There we go. There we go. So there's that. I'm gonna have to oil that a little bit. And a cut at the boot. And he does have ankle twist there, ankle pivot this far down, that far up, which is actually pretty good. So, as far as articulation on this, I mean, horrible articulation here. Horrible articulation here. Good articulation here. Good articulation here, here. Oh, he's got a thigh cut as well. There, forgot to mention that. So, in all honesty, I mean, a 5 for aesthetics, but 3.5 for terrible articulation as far as a G.I. Joe standard goes. It's not good for articulation. Is he going to be good to display with the Thunder Machine that they're going to do at some point? Yes. Is he good to display with... is he good to put him in action poses and stuff? Maybe you can find some action poses that you can kind of force him into. But anyways, let's stand him next to this Punisher right here, so you can get a look and tell and see how big he is. The Punisher is definitely bigger than him, but Punisher is a big guy. He's bigger than most. There's that. Let's grab another Joe. Let's grab a Televiper with the championship belt there. There's a Televiper, Trouble Bubble. There he is. About the same height as a Televiper. Televiper's a little taller. Maybe because of that thing he's got on his head, the helmet. Let's see, who else? I mean, we can just grab a good old retro Cobra Trooper. There he goes. Standing next to him. Boom. Boom. About the same height. About the same height, really. I know this one doesn't count because he's kind of a kit bash. Took a face dive. But here he is standing next to good old Colonel Logan. And Colonel Logan is taller than him, which is a first. Colonel Logan isn't usually that tall. Right? Wolverine isn't usually that tall, but there he is. Listen here, punk. Ooh. So, anyways, guys, what do you guys think? Did you guys buy Zandar? What did you think of him? I mean, curious. So altogether, you know what? Let's give him a score. Altogether, I'm going to set him right at a 3.9. He's you know what? He's an okay figure. He's okay. So I'm going to set him at a 3.5. He's okay. You know, he's not terrible. He's not great. He won't win any awards. He's got some awful articulation, but he looks great. So, yeah, 1 out of 5. Here's my scale. Maybe I called him a solid figure, but I mean, I can't even call him really solid because I don't like those articulation points. I mean, you can work with them, but I don't like it. So this is one of my lowest rated Joes I've done in a long time, and it's a 3.5 for me. I'm not upset about it. You know, I'm upset that Hasbro didn't do better, and it didn't do a better job of understanding that that's not going to be, you're not going to be able to articulate that. So that's not good. And if they're trying to upsell you with the Thunder Machine and everything, you know, I'm basically going to have to I'm going to have to do something with these arms, and, you know, do something different with them to make him a more, a better posable, a better useful figure. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoy the reviews, if you enjoy my shenanigans, if you enjoy the toy hunts, we're going to be doing a toy hunt at the Metroplex Collectibles Toy Show at the end of this week. Why not stop by? Why not say hi? Come on over, bring the family, get a deal, get a steal. We'll have some fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these shenanigans out.